As much as people have been self-isolating in their homes, there has been a lot happening with relationships. The pressure of enforced lockdown has strained many to breaking point, but conversely, it has brought many couples closer together. Maybe the pandemic is acting as a pressure cooker for relationships problems people already had, or maybe it's serving as a playing field for new, unexpected discoveries. Even couples who were in long-distance relationships before the pandemic are struggling with the sudden change. Social distancing and staying home are key to reducing the transmission of COVID-19, but these safeguards disrupt couples' and families' routines. Relationships have been put to the test, and in this video, we will look at what has been happening with Dove Cameron and Thomas Doherty's relationship. Has the pandemic made them stronger, or could this be it for them? Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to stay up to date on all your favorite celebrities. Stick around to find out the real reason why Dove Cameron said that she needs space from her boyfriend of over 3 years. Dove Cameron and Thomas Doherty make such an amazing couple that it's hard to imagine a time when they weren't together. You might have even forgotten that Dove used to be engaged to someone else. She was in a relationship with her Liv and Maddie co-star Ryan McCartan, whom she dated for about 3 years before he popped the question in April 2016. Unfortunately, less than 6 months later, the two decided to go their separate ways, and by December, Dove sparked romance rumors with Thomas Doherty. When Dove first met Thomas on the set of Descendants, she avoided Thomas like a plague, since she had just broken up with Ryan. However, Thomas was persistent, and he told Dove that he was falling in love with her just a few weeks after they first met. Obviously, things have worked out for the absolute best so far. The former Disney Channel stars have been posting their adorable love story all over social media since they met and started dating back in 2016. The first time fans started to notice that they could be more than just friends was when Thomas shared a cute video on Instagram of him and Dove sharing a cheeseburger, which he simply captioned, "We share food." Fans grew even more suspicious after Thomas tweeted a flirty pic from when Dove visited him in London, and then Dove posted a picture of a shirtless Thomas on Instagram. In February 2017, Dove finally told people that she and Thomas were an item, and nobody was surprised. A few months after they became official, Dove shared a video of Thomas singing to her on his birthday. The couple's first vacation together in June 2017 was a romantic trip to Paris, France, and they have been going on various vacations ever since. Things were smooth for the next couple of months without unnecessary drama, and in February of 2018, the pair celebrated their first anniversary together. And Dove penned a heartfelt caption dedicated to her love on Instagram. Just a month later, Dove and Thomas announced that they had moved in together. The relationship was great for the two, but as usual, it also had drama. The first time Dove and Thomas started breakup rumors was sometime in June of 2018. After claims that Dove Cameron and boyfriend Thomas Doherty had broken up, Dove set the record straight with a series of impassioned tweets. She assured fans that she was still deeply in love with Thomas, and he loved her too. Dove revealed that the rumors started because of social media posts that many fans had believed meant that the couple had broken up. Dove also posted several pictures of her and Thomas together back-to-back on Instagram. One of the posts also included a caption where she referred to breakup rumors again and said they were deeply in love. Well, the rumors went away as quickly as they had surfaced, and everything was back to normal. Dove later reflected on the nuances of social media and narratives around mental health, how she's coping without distractions, and the new music she was about to drop. In November 2019, Dove even told Entertainment Tonight that she could see herself possibly marrying her boo down the road. The singer and actress also admitted that she's super emotional and sometimes embarrassed when it comes to her longtime partner. Although Cameron was previously engaged to her Liv and Maddie co-star Ryan McCartan for 6 months in 2016, she says she never believed marriage was in the cards for her. She even told her mom that she thought she would spend the rest of her life alone. Of course, that was before Thomas Doherty showed up and swept her off her feet. Again, things were great for the next couple of months, but Dove Cameron recently sent fans into a frenzy. Back in March 2020, fans became worried about the Disney Channel starlet after she posted a photo of herself crying. Captioning it with the crying emoji, she shared an up-close snap of her face, which showed a singular tear rolling down her cheek. Her followers were quick to share messages of support. Then she wrote on the caption, "If you're sad, remember you're not alone. Everyone is human. Objectifying others and ourselves is so deep in our current culture. We forget that no matter what it looks like and what we think we don't know what someone else is going through. We all hurt. Let's help each other heal." Many fans showered her with encouraging words and encouraged her to stay strong. Dove Cameron didn't mention what was making her sad, but some people assumed that her relationship was facing some problems. Others asked if they were okay, and Dove assured her fans that the relationship was still going strong. With her latest single, Remember Me, featuring Boston-born rapper Bia, released not long after California went into lockdown, Cameron is currently isolating with her boyfriend and Descendants co-star Thomas Doherty. Although they're stuck inside together during the current coronavirus pandemic, Dove Cameron said she still needs space from her boyfriend, Thomas Doherty, during this period in self-isolation. While explaining how they moved to a smaller house, Dove said, "We just moved into this long studio that is just like a long room. It's beautiful. It's like our dream place. We're so happy, but we moved out of a house that was too big. So we moved back into the city, into this loft, essentially. At the time of their move, Dove and Thomas figured they wouldn't be spending a ton of time in the one-room apartment anyway, considering their busy schedule. They were forced to stay together in the house during the lockdown, and even if they love each other, staying with the same person the whole day and night can also be very frustrating. Space from a partner is healthy, and it makes sense that Dove Cameron was feeling restless or irritable without that. When social distancing measures became stricter, many couples who didn't live together were faced with a decision: stay apart for an undefined amount of time or buckle down together. For those who chose to shack up, it's natural to feel a lot of uncertainty, regardless of how things are going. There's no understating how difficult things are right now, so plenty of couples who rarely fought before, or at least who consider themselves good at fighting constructively, are dealing with an expected surge of quarreling. Dove addressed her concern in a recent interview and said, "Even the healthiest of relationships right now, you need space. You need your alone time for your own relationship with yourself to flourish, but then also your romantic relationship. We make sure to get fresh air, open the doors as much as we can. We've been cooking loads. I do breakfast and lunch, and then he does dinner." Dove spoke about the need for space a few days after she opened up to her Instagram followers about the importance of self-care while stuck in quarantine, where she said, "For some, self-care is having a bubble bath or making some sweet treats, but for others, it's openly speaking about things you're worried about or seeking professional help from a counselor over the phone or on video chat." Dove added, "For me, self-care right now is trauma work, writing, FaceTime therapy, daily talks with myself about the acceptance of my life and my current state, attempting to stay physically healthy and not let my depression and anxiety win, and practicing patience. Getting out of shape and being okay with that, being on my phone all day when I wanted to spend time reading and baking, and being okay with that, and trying again tomorrow." After sharing her own story, the actress sent fans a hopeful message and told them that she's always here for them. Even though she talked about having space, Dove Cameron wouldn't want to spend time with any other person other than Thomas. The two have been doing a lot of things together, including joining thousands of people in the recent protests. Medical professionals called for social distancing to prevent further spreading of the illness, which is defined as trying to keep yourself away from other people, especially large crowds. With the recent protests, social distancing has clearly become very hard. As tens of thousands of people defied lockdown restrictions to protest George Floyd's death, the number of coronavirus deaths in the U.S. surpassed 110,000. Dove Cameron and Thomas Doherty said they were trapped by police when they protested in George Floyd's memory on June 1st. Dove posted videos and photos from the Los Angeles protest that she attended with Thomas, with a caption about how they ended up being trapped in a parking lot before police fired tear gas and rubber bullets at their group. No one was doing anything even remotely wrong. People were carrying flowers and snacks. We are thankfully home and safe, but I don't know about the other protesters. I heard a lot got arrested for doing something entirely legal. The media is painting a very different image of these protests. Peaceful protest is a human right recognized by our legal system. It's in our First Amendment. Something is very wrong here. That being said, I will be back out tomorrow and urge you to do what you can. Link to a lot of useful information on ways you can help in my bio. Stay safe." Dove also spoke out about her experience on Twitter, replying to fans and others who asked her questions about the protest. When one person questioned why the police needed to use tear gas if the protest she was really peaceful, she was also asked if she planned to go to more protests in the future, and she said that she will participate for as long as it's necessary. In other news, fans of the Gossip Girl reboot, where Thomas Doherty stars, may have to wait a bit longer for the anticipated release. The Gossip Girl reboot is filled with a nice mix of new and familiar faces such as Descendant star Thomas Doherty, Code Black actress Emily Allen Lind, and Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists' Eli Brown. The new series, originally scheduled to make its debut by fall 2020, has been pushed back until 2021 due to the coronavirus-caused global production shutdown. The showrunners offered no timetable for when the show might start filming, but even if shooting commences in mid to late summer, a target timetable being talked about by many studios, and now won't premiere until 2021. The reboot's 10-episode first season will introduce a fresh crop of gorgeous Manhattan private schoolers to Gossip Girl's all-seeing eyes per the official description. It will also address just how much social media and the landscape of New York itself has changed in the years since the original series wrapped in 2012 on the CW. With so much uncertainty, most people are living in a suspended present, making it feel impossible to figure out what next week will look like, let alone next year. But Thomas would rather spend every day of his life with Dove Cameron. In one of the latest interviews where he spoke about Dove, he said, "She is just the most incredible person I've ever met. I think people see her as so talented because obviously that's her job, to perform and all the rest of it, but she's the most compassionate and the most patient and the most genuine, loving person I've ever met. And so kind and so generous. She's amazing. She really is." These two are definitely not going to break up anytime soon, and we can't wait to see where the relationship goes next. Don't you just love this amazing couple? Let us know in the comment section below. This has been Riveted. We publish amazing videos daily.